this is interesting. I'm really, really happy that young people in Africa are getting, they're logging in. I use the word logging in to technology. Okay, I'm really, really happy because some of the issues we have in particularly education, which is very vital for our development, we can solve some of them, but only some of them, because again, we need the people to get to the place that they can log into technology like yours. Okay,
exactly.
But we have a lot of people who can. Okay, so you are doing you are representing a large
segment of the
population.
Market.
Okay. Yeah. Now, see, I read in your profile that you are a young African who is interested in using technology to solve Africans' problems. So that's exactly what you are doing. So tell me more about how this idea started and how you guys have been driving to make it possible.
Well, thank you, Ekene. I mean, it's been a long time coming, I would say. I think this is what a lot of people should know. Each time you see somebody pop up in the scene, he might have been at the background for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so one post got me viral and put my product in front of a lot of persons, but for years I've been behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So so when I was in university, I had a friend called Casey. His mother owned one of the big schools in Onitsha, Southeast Anambra State. So the name of the school is Learning Field International School. They have about, right now, they have about 3 schools. So I was in a campus close to, that's the city where the school is. Yeah. So it's like 2 kilometers.
You were in UNN, yeah?
No. I wasn't in. I was in a private school, Tansian University.
Oh, okay.
That's another story. After after I dropped out from 3 universities.
Wow.
I mean, 2. So that's my 3rd university.
See, we'll talk about that. I want to get the story.
I'm on here today, so we'll talk about. See, being an African is being born into challenges.
Yeah.
Being an African. So, but the beautiful part of it is that those little challenges are quick stepping stones.
Thank you very much. I like that.
Very quick ones. So, but when it's over you, it might look like the whole world is crumbling on you.
Yeah.
So, don't forget, the darker the room, the easier it is for a candlelight to shine.
Very good. Thank you, brother.
So that's why, irrespective of how deep the challenges in Africa is, it's easier to shine in Africa than to shine in other parts of the world. I was in school, and so it's the same mindset. I was in school, and each time we resume, students complain of missing results. You know, results are not ready as at when due. Students need to go from one pillar to another pillar, from one office to another office to register courses.
Chasing lecturers.
Yes, to register courses, you know. So resumption is always the hardest part.
Yeah.
And getting results out is always the hardest part. So I woke up one day and so it's a Catholic university,
okay,
the private one, built in memory of Reverend Father Tansi Iwene, the saints,
okay,
canonized by Pope. So
okay.
The owner of the school then was John Bosco Mosaino, John Bosco Akam. He died last year or this year. So very intelligent man. So each time he took us philosophy of life, and each time he spoke, my heart, pumps. There were 2 lecturers that had such effects on me. Darren Clifford, he came on and I think it was part of his charity project or exchange program. He was taking us entrepreneurship. And so while he was teaching, he said something. He said, I hear and I believe and I agree with this. Why a lot of people listening to this might quarrel with me if you're from Africa, but this is just about the truth. He He said, I hear there are millions of unemployed graduates in Nigeria. He said, but this is what I can tell you. There are millions of unemployed graduates who are waiting to be told what to do.
Oh, yeah.
So it hits me. They started murmuring. But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And that's what caught me. So that day, I woke up, I said, I can solve this problem of this whole inconsistent registration system and inadequate result processing processes that we have in investing.
Yeah.
But the question will now be, how will I see the pro-chancellor? If you're familiar with the African structure.
I went to school in Nigeria. All my schooling was in Nigeria. I know what you're talking about.
So if you're familiar with the African structure, you can't even get access to some of your HOD.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a block.
Yeah.
Walls. And here am I. It's not even to see if this is a problem. Talk more of seeing the pro-chancellor. And so I tried several times to no avail. So I immediately got close to the PA to the pro-chancellor,
okay,
who managed to sneak in an appointment for me at his residence. Great guy, great Reverend Mosino. You know, the guy's life is so inspiring that at some point I heard he had like 3 degrees. Okay,
yes, I lost you. You were telling me about the man who has 3 degrees. That's why I lost you.
Okay, beautiful. And so he had over 3 degrees or more. I think he was that kind of person. So he was a smart man. And so this is the man I was going to face and pitch. So it was like my David. I wrote a piece and I called it my David and Goliath story. I'll tell you why I did that. And so, but before then, there was a company from Lagos, a big ICT company, coming to bid for the same contract.
Ooh.
In fact, they had written proposal, and I dare say that they had some members of the management pushing their proposal forward.
Okay.
And here am I was just in 300 level, trying to go against this big IT company. They had the team, they had the portfolio, they had the resources, they had the influence. They had people who had schooled abroad, you know, in the best schools. And here am I, one tiny young man in 300 level who just knows how to code. And so on that day, it was the day of the appointment. The night before that day, I didn't sleep. I was just, I was rehearsing what I was going to tell the man. I would have 60 seconds to open up my conversation. It's either it makes sense or get thrown out and be told, get back to your studies. And what is wrong with you, this young man? So that was what kept on bubbling. I was scared that he's going to say, go back to your learning, go and focus, you know. But at the same time, you know, there is a philosophy I've always had. The worst that can happen is a no.
No, that's it. That's it.
So, so what if I get a yes? What if? Just what if? And no wouldn't hurt, but a yes would be a big
thing.
So on that day, I took a motorcycle. You know, I didn't have a car in school.
Yeah, of course.
So I took motorcycle. I stopped very far, dusted off my clothes, you know, made sure I arranged myself properly. So I went into the compound. He's such an amazing person. In that compound, he built a school for the disabled.
Wow.
You know, Villa Misericordia Day. You know, it was a Catholic. So he had over 5. That school houses over close to, I mean, the structure can house over 500 students.
Yeah.
All on scholarship. You know, so I passed there, went into and I climbed up, went in his room. So, you know, I couldn't sit down. I was pacing down the staircase, rehearsing what I was going to say, the opening line, you know. So I was so nervous. And so finally, I was ushered into the room, into his office. I saw him sitting down. He was such an intelligent, gallant man, even though he's a reverend priest. And so I just walked in. He looked at me up and down and he said, yes, young man, let me hear you out. So I said, our school needs to automate our whole registration process and result processes. I know you might have questions about my credibility, but this is what I have to offer. Do not pay me. Instead of paying a huge company, do not pay me. Why don't I deliver this? The school keeps we charge each student 1,000 naira per semester.
Yeah.
The school keeps 60%. I keep 40% of the money every semester. And so he took a deep breath. The room was silent for a long while. The room was silent for a long while. Then he looked at me. He said, okay, I'll give you a try. And he asked me to meet his PA, and so that he would give me all the necessary supports. And so that was how I was able to strike the first deal I had on the level then. My friend Casey later took over the running of his mother's school. And when he did that, he needed technology to run. So I began to see that there is a market here.
Yeah.
So that's how I went on to build our first product called Active School.